General, you're going to go away. You're just going to retire. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. And we can make all of this go away and go to Princeton. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And so they release the information. And they release the information with one additional piece of information in it, and that is the sex under the desk email. There's no reason why that was included. Why would they release that one line? Sex under the desk. They were releasing that one line to discredit him, to make it really tawdry, and to also shoot something across the bow and say, General, I don't think you want to mess with us, because there's not a shred of dignity that is going to be left. Not one bit. That's what that line meant. So then they up it. And soon as it starts to come out some more, now it's being upped. Remember, this is not investigative journalism, gang. They're not doing their homework on this. The investigators, the media doesn't care. They haven't cared about Benghazi. They haven't done a damn thing on it. Now, maybe they care a little more because this is all about sex, and it's about Petraeus, so it's a chance for them to take down the military and everything else. But this isn't about the truth by any stretch of the imagination. And believe me, people are being fed this story. And the press, they're not going to ask, why are you feeding me this information? Why are you giving me all of this information on Petraeus? Why are you giving me all this information on all of these guys, all of these generals? What are you doing? They're discrediting the military. That's what they're doing. And quite honestly, they need to be discredited. If they're dirtbags, they should be discredited. We should know exactly who these guys are. But I got news for you. This is not happening by happenstance. This is not just happening because you're like, oh, gee, This is all to delay and to distract and discredit. That's all this is. They're delaying any kind of testimony. They're distracting you with sex. And they're discrediting you. They're discrediting all of the guys that can tell you the truth. Meanwhile, nobody is asking the question, why wasn't the president informed? Let's take him at his word. The president didn't know. Why didn't the president know? That's crazy. That's out of control, crazy incompetence. The president of the United States doesn't know that his CIA director? Come on. Is there a soul within the sound of my voice that believes that to be true? Eric Holder knows, and he doesn't tell the president of the United States. You're going to be the FBI guy. Think of this. You're going to be the FBI guy that during a campaign, it's starting to be kicked around that you guys knew about General Petraeus, and you don't tell anybody? You just keep that to yourself? So when the president says to you 5 days before an election and it comes out and you're like, what the hell? Nobody told me about this? We didn't know about it? Mr. President, I knew about it. In fact, we knew about it before we even made him CIA director. We just didn't want to tell you because you were busy. Are you out of your mind?
It's asinine that anyone would believe that. Imagine if Obama's in the middle of these huge debates. He's making his closing argument in the campaign. What if he started using Petraeus as a sign of the strength of his administration? It clearly could have happened, and they would have putting him in an impossible situation.
You know what? It wouldn't have happened. Here's why. Because nobody was pressing for the hearings. The hearings weren't going to happen until after the election. And so they knew they had time. It's not going to happen until after the election, which means as soon as the election is over, you've got to release the information on Petraeus. You have to release it on him. They knew before he was a CIA operative. They knew that. They used that information against him. They manipulated him. If you have information on somebody in that powerful role, remember, they've wanted to destroy him since MoveOn.org. Since the Bush administration, they've hated this guy. Then they sent him over to Afghanistan. Then he gets into this affair. They're investigating him. They know during the affair. He then becomes the CIA director. Now, why in your wildest dreams would you know this information and put him in as the CIA director? The only reason why is because you can do really unseeming things. And you know what they're doing? They're running guns to our enemies. They are in bed with Al-Qaeda. And now Broadbent, is that her name, Broadbent? Broadwell is now saying that they had 2 Al-Qaeda operatives that they were, quote, questioning at the CIA safe house. Questioning. Really? Well, how does the CIA question them at the safe house? You don't mean detain, do you? Because if you're detaining them, that goes against the president's executive order. And if you've detained them, are you sitting down and having tea and crumpets with them? What are you having? Maybe you're having a nice big American ballpark. Oh no, they don't eat pork, so you wouldn't want to serve them hot dogs. What are you doing? Would that explain if we were running guns? That would explain maybe you got to keep things quiet. Don't have anybody in there because we got a large cache of guns. I don't believe that. If we are torturing somebody and we've got a little chamber set up where we're talking to 2 people and this goes against the president, maybe that makes a little more sense. Who are we talking to? What is that? Now they're saying that there's no evidence of that at all. That's just Paula. That's just Paula. But Paula seems to have some information because they broke into her house. They went in on a what are they calling this now? A mutual
consensual.
A consensual search.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you do a consensual search of your house? You're in her situation?
No. And it's not that, well, you must have something to hide there. No, I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. Trust that they're not going to plant something in there.
You've got this woman who is taking them down. Really? You're going to do a consensual search? Well, she's dumb. She's dumber than I think she is. And I think she's pretty dumb. But she's dumber than I think she is if she's doing a consensual search with the federal government. With the FBI? The same FBI, you mean, that sent your friend a shirtless picture of themselves? Oh, those people? You mean the people who did all of the homework on the guy you were sleeping with and then made him the CIA guy anyway? You're going to trust them? That doesn't make any sense at all. None of this makes any sense. And the only reason why the press is feasting on this is because it involves sex and they think you care. I'll bet you not even 5% of them even care about the Navy SEALs that died. I don't think they even care about the constitutionality. I don't think they even care about what happened. All they care about is where did they have sex? When did they have sex? What kind of sex? What was happening under the desk? And how is this woman in Tampa involved? They don't care.